Hi guys, here's the mid-month 3 portfolio update, and I think this session I'll concentrate mostly on the top 3 because they are what is going to make or break my portfolio. But a bit of a better half month, only down 7.7 at the moment. Again, largely all to do with the negative returns in the top 3, but reason to believe that they're all going to come good. Or most of them at least anyway, sometime soon, but I know I've been saying that for a while. Anyway, just a quick mention for some activity down below. First, I did add some Bellascura as promised. Now, Bellascura is a spin-off company from Tech Capital, and it has increased the value of Tech Capital by around 8 million, and the total market cap, as you'll see, is only 19 million. So Tech Capital's holding in that is really now down to, or holding value without that is only marked at 11 million, and they have 3 other companies that are likely to be multiples of that. So great hopes for that. So I did add to that, may add some more, but maybe not. Another one I'd like to mention is Argo Blockchain. That had a low of probably just under £1, not in the not too distant past. It shot up to 160 the other day. I took a slice of that. It's now down at 144. Depending on how Bitcoin does, it's probably going to go down, or well, maybe go down on Monday, which is today now. So I will add if it goes below the 140 region, because we had some good news on the Texas facility that it's building. Once that, which I don't think is in the price, once that gets up and running, they will be making multiples of what they are in the Bitcoin mining space now. That's Argo Blockchain. Also in their favor, the Chinese government seems to have gone green and have banned carbon fuel Bitcoin mining in a number of their provinces. So that has resulted in the mining difficulty going down, which should benefit Argo and the other North American based miners appreciably. So the results every month are stellar. You know, they make between £5 and £7 million, nearly $10 million a month in Bitcoin. And of course, when Bitcoin price goes up, their holding goes up as well. They've got 1,100 or so at the moment. Anyway, quick mention for React, which keeps on going up, the cleaning company. It's more than doubled. I'm 170% up on my holding, which and I've now moved it into the dependables, which is a spectacular comeback because it was in my speculatives and was labelled red as one to sell. But I've changed my mind on that totally and plan to hold it. Oxford Biomedica is going from strength to strength. It's an all-time high now at 12.46. I've still got 6% or 6.5% of my portfolio in there. I will add if it drops, but I will keep slicing as it reaches new highs, which I've done maybe 4 or 5 times in the last month. Now, onto the top 3 before I run out of time. So, 4D Pharma. Now, that went as low as 90 just a couple of weeks ago. It's had 2 stellar days in last Thursday and Friday. So, hoping for more this week. It's got some oncology data coming out. Now, the first oncology data was spectacular and rose the price considerably higher than that. It's also got some asthma data coming out soon. We're not sure how soon that is, but any data in that instance will do it remarkably well. It's also had a re-evaluation of its irritable bowel syndrome drug called Blautix. Now, the beauty of this all these drugs that they're producing from the gut microbiome is that they are 100% safe. I guess you can never say 100%, but as good as, which gives it fast track into lots of particular areas. So when Blautix was data was floated out in the market several months ago, it was in the region of 180, and it sort of dropped back down because the market perception of Blautix was not good. Now they've reinitiated or reevaluated this, and they could quite easily go and get a partner which would shoot the price through the roof. They would need to do the phase 3 trials in that, but there is no cure for the combined IBS, so that is looking good. likewise Novasit. Now I think, and this is my thoughts only, that the floor has been reached in Novasit at around 330. The market cap is currently 347, so it's had a couple of good days as well from that low of 330. Market cap is only 245 million at the moment. There is the dispute with the DHSC is what's canned the price most recently. Someone on Twitter, Larry, I think, discovered that they in a dispute resolution procedure, so there's indications that both sides want to resolve it. I think the DSS need their product. They are able to deal directly with hospitals, and there is another site which has shown that they are selling gazillions, well, bit of an exaggeration, but lots of these, a lot of their Q16s and Q32s abroad. There's, I guess, the Philippines and Indonesia. Indonesia got 700 kits apparently. So we are waiting avidly for the annual report, which is coming out on the 29th of June. That's very late for the end of December 2020. The reason being, we think, and I stress think, is that the resolution with the DHSC may well be able to be announced before then. If not, there will, in all probability, well, I think they'll have to put some provision in for actually how it has damaged their potential returns. Subject to the legal proceedings that will follow if the dispute is not resolved amicably. They've also got the LFT for antibodies coming out anytime soon. Could even be this week, probably will be this week, as they said during June. It'll be available for home use. The results will be in less than 15 minutes, and it'll be at a quality close to their PCR, which is the gold standard quality. So also, the Innova tests have been trashed. You know, the UK government's been buying billions of them from China indirectly through an establishment in the US. But the US FDA has come out and said they are not fit for use. You should return them to Innova or trash them, and they are not allowed to be used in the US. Now, the UK government will have to respond to that. The contract, I believe, is up for renewal on the 22nd of June anyway. So I think there's not a cat in hell's chance they'll buy any more. You never know with governments, of course. But so Novasit is ideally primed to go much, much higher from there. Now, I remember it was over 12, probably about 8-10 months ago. And that was incredibly cheap based on the revenues it was likely to return. Should have well over 100 million, i.e. half its market cap in cash, and even excluding the DHSC, it's probably making 400,000, or in revenue at least 400,000 a day. So it's going to be a cash machine. And then on to the third of the top three, which is DVRG. I think the low on that one is probably, let's say 30p. And if it gets anywhere near 30p, it's 32.75, I will be buying as much as I can afford, because it is just going to be a cash cow as well. It has this arrangement with the Chinese resources company, which is going to essentially put its modern water detection kits in all over China. And if they're creating a joint venture which potentially will float on the Hong Kong Stock Exchange, then how much could that produce? It's mind-boggling. They're also doing very well with LabSkin, which is the artificial skin that it makes, and it's already got 18 of the top 20 companies using it, and they are expanding considerably in that, apparently, so the revenues will come through in that. Now, the predicted revenues for the whole, and of course they've also got the breath test, the COVID breath test, which kind of goes under the radar, but that has been proven to be working, and they're doing a further testing for it, and it may come out too late to be of value, but COVID's going to be around for some while. But anyway, there's no price marked in for that, so if that comes good, God knows what the price could be. But anyway, the house broker has sit at 84p, and of course all the good news has come since the 84p. So arguably it hasn't adjusted it until the actual contracts come through, but once they do, the 30s will be a distant memory before too long. So I've bought lots of all my top three, DVRG, NCYT and 4D Pharma, in their respective lows. So I think the respective lows respectively are 90 for 4D Pharma, 330 for NCYT and 30 for DVRG. Once I bought too many of them already. Between them, 38, 40, that's like about 65% of my portfolio, 55 of my portfolio. And as the prices rise, that will become a much higher percentage. But I will slice, and I will continue trading, because my numbers prove that trading on the margins is worthwhile, and I have a set price where I will buy and sell. Now, it's not a huge amount, maybe up to 10%, possibly less, maybe 5% in each particular stock, and they're all different. I've got spreadsheets coming out the wazoo detailing all that, but I'm actually making a trading profit on the stuff that I've traded of 15%, which is counterbalancing the current investment lows of minus 22. So net negative, but it was a bigger negative, and I've got great hopes for the coming week. But there again, you probably heard that before. But one of these reports is going to be spectacular, I am sure. But anyway, good luck with investing, and catch you at the end of the month or shortly thereafter.